very busy. When the devils know that you got something good going on, he be trying to block your blessings, right? So you gotta always have a comeback. It's a setback, it's for everyone comeback, right? So you gotta have a comeback every time. The devil be busy, y'all. But when I tell y'all that this life is gonna be everything, I promise y'all there be some delays. This is a perfect example, right? You be got something going good. You feel like everything is going good, everything is running smooth, and then bang, something happens and want to block your blessings and just give you that roadblock. You're like, damn, you know what? Maybe this wasn't meant for me. Maybe this wasn't supposed to happen. But no, that's not it. You know what happens is that's supposed to give you the courage to go harder. Because the devil be trying to block your blessings. Like, things may malfunction, things may happen in your life. And this is perfect to understand that when things happen and malfunction, that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop. That doesn't mean like you're going to get comfortable. But like, you know what? I was supposed to have this live. Like, that's a sign. No, you got to get back up, get back on the road, look for a different route, and make sure you get to your destination. Okay.
Thank you so much, Steph.
Like,
so
literally.
Our time going to be cut. Guess what? We want to do this again because I have a client that I got to meet at 1 o'clock. So let's dive. So for all of you who were here previously, y'all were rolling in. Send your the invitation to the people. Invite them in. Stephanie's back. We're about to dive in and hear her story and for her to drop some gems. And again, we have a special gift at the end. So we hope that you stay tuned in. So have the people to come back in. Send the people the request to come back in. Come. Invite y'all business girls. Get them back in here so that we can get started. Hey, Dawn, let me know when it's close to the time, Dawn, because I don't have another what's your name with me time. So y'all invite them to come on back in. Stephanie, those were some amazing, powerful words, and you are right. So let's dive back in. So when we left off, you were saying how you got started into the fashion business. So my next question is, what is the common myth about starting a fashion retail business? What do you find to be the most the common myth about it?
One thing I would say is a lot of people feel like it's in fashion. Everybody does that. So I shouldn't get into it because everybody's selling clothes. But you gotta know your target audience. Your style is different from somebody else. So once you figure out your target audience and who you're targeting and the type of style that you want to sell to, it should be a no-brainer for you because there's a lot of different boutiques out there, you know? There's a lot of competition, but nobody is you. So that's what's going to make you different from everybody else is not the fact of everybody selling clothes, but, you know, what's your style? How are you going to bring something different to the table
and you know
from
what?
everybody else?
I'm so glad that you touched on that because that's one of the things that I tell, that I preach. Not everyone is you. So you have to bring yourself to your business. You are what's going to separate you from all of the other businesses out there. Yes, every business is saturated these days because it's so easy to get into business these days, especially with e-commerce. So it's easy for everyone to start a business, but what's going to separate yours from everyone else is you. So building your personal brand, getting yourself out there, is what's going to separate you from everyone else. So Stephanie, so in business, so you mentioned that you came from a history of banking. That's what you were doing for many years. And then you started how did you get started? Did you start out with the e-commerce or did you go right into, tell us how you got your start.
So I started in my home. So I turned my home office into my store. So I always believe in manifestation and speaking it into existence, even though it may sound crazy to some, but I took everything out of my home office and I had racks, I had a desk, I had it set up as if it was a storefront. So I could have the picture in my head and believe that this is what I want because that was one of my goals was to own a store one day. So I literally took everything out of my home office and I just put everything in there and started an e-commerce, started selling my products, my clothes online. And then I moved into my garage because then I started to expand. So I worked in my garage for a year. And then after that, when I lost my job December 1st, that was the day that I was like, you know what? I'm never going to work for anyone again. I'm just going to go hard. I'm just going to go and put everything into myself and run my business. And that's how I transitioned
and so you said
to the
in
mall.
December, was that this year? When December what?
Like 2020,
oh, wow.
December 1st, 2020.
Okay, and so after 15 years.
So literally the same message the gentleman gave me years back was exactly what happened. Because he was like, you know, what if they let you go? You just don't go get another job. You should start your business so that you can, you know, go ahead and make money for yourself.
Isn't it funny
exactly
how God brings people into your life that you don't even expect? And you know what I mean? To change your trajectory in life. And most people, they would have just breezed back past what he was saying and like, yeah, nah, I'm not about to do that. You know, I've been here 15 years. I'm making some pretty good coins. I'm good. Like, I'm not about to give up all of this to start a business. But something in you said, you know what? He spoke that into existence for me. And so instead of me, you know, shying away from what is possibly my purpose, I'm gonna step into it. So that's good. That's good. Most people don't have the courage to do that. So what's been your biggest the biggest challenge that you faced so far in business, and how have you tackled it?
You want to know something, Tanya? I really haven't had any big challenges.
Really?
I'll be very honest. Like, yes, and you know, I just put that in my article too, and the guy was like, God bless you. Like, because I started my business in the pandemic. Like, the pandemic had just started. December 1st, 2020, I lost my job. January 15th, I took a leap of faith and went into the mall. When everyone that I ran the idea by, it was like, girl, you crazy. Like, it's a pandemic. Nobody's shopping. Everybody's saving money. Nobody going outside. And what's the sense of, you know, all that overhead? And I'm like, I'm looking at the bigger picture, though. Is a pandemic forever? Like, you know, like, life is like seasons. You're going to have good seasons. You're going to have bad seasons. Like, you can have a winter storm, you know, this month, but next month the sun is shining bright. So I look at life that way. And for me, I was like, I wrote out goals. I wrote out plans. And as an ex-business manager, I knew how important projections and business plans were. And I created my own. And I'm like, okay, I have these products. This is what I'm going to sell. This is how much I'm going to sell it for. If I sell this amount, I know that I'll be able to survive and feed my family off of this until I can, you know, pay for marketing and pay for this and pay for that. So if I do this for this long, I'm okay. And I just did that, and I jumped right into it. And literally, like, the first month I opened my kiosk, I made $20,000. So what
was it that made you want to go from doing it and at home in your garage as you graduated to the garage to opening up a kiosk? What was that like? Like, what made you decide to go that route?
So the reason why I got into it initially was I used to work for TLC. So we used to sell the TLC products, and nobody in Jacksonville was doing it retail. And I was like, okay, I have the TLC products. I sell waist trainers. They go together, and no one is doing retail. What about if I started retail selling the TLC products and my waist trainers and the clothing, like a combination? That'll be dope, right? Like, this will actually work. So when I reached out to the mall, I knew exactly what they needed. I knew what they were looking for. So I provided that to them, and they were like, sure, no problem. So I did a 2-month contract just to kind of test the waters and not just go in a year or years, not really. I had the projection, but not that far out. And it literally worked literally just how I planned. Like, everything worked out, because you got to have a plan, Tony. You can't say, I want to start a business, and you don't have a plan. You don't have projections. You don't know how many items you need to sell in order to make this money, or have a goal. Like, you have to plan it out. And that's one thing a lot of people lack, is they start a business, but they don't have a plan.
Right. And not
they
only that, Stephanie, to go even further, even those people who may have a plan, they don't work their plan. And that's a big problem too. It's like, oh girl, I got a business plan, but are you working that plan? And you can't just have a business plan. Do you have a marketing plan? It's more than just having a business plan. Do you have a marketing plan? And so, Stephanie, with you doing these things,
correct.
You know, having a small business is very difficult. And one of the most difficult aspects of it is not having the resources in order to start and grow your businesses. So how have you been able to do that? And how were you able to get funding, if you had any at all?
So for me, I had already saved the money because I used to work 3 jobs. So I saved a lot of money. Like I'm still a hustler. Like I had my 9 to 5. I come home like around 6. I start my second job at like 8 to like midnight. And I did that for like, before I even thought about the business, I was doing that. So I had started out like in 2015. So I did it for like 3 years. And I was saving all my money. So at the time when I started my business, I didn't take any type of funding because I had the money. And one thing that I learned too, like working banking, is you got to build up your business to the point that the bank is going to lend you money. So if you're not making money, they're not lending you no money. So I already knew that. So I was like, I'm not going to do that because they're going to decline me. I already knew exactly how to get the money. So I need to use my money, make money, and then I could get unlimited money from the bank, because now they're going to make me, I'll be an asset versus a liability to the bank, because they're going to be like, yeah, I'll lend her money, because the bank really lends you money when you don't need it.
Yeah.
It may sound crazy, but that's how it is. Like if you're in a negative or your bottom number is negative, the bank is not lending you any money. But you're in a profit,
because
they're like, oh yeah, I can lend you some money.
You know, they see
and
that
you
don't
don't
got
need
that
it.
money in there, so
Exactly.
they guarantee that they're going to get their money back. So let me go into my next question. Exactly. So what are the most important lessons you've learned over the years about your business?
Consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to wake up every day. And that's why I tell a lot of people, turn your passion into a paycheck, and not just say, I want to have a business because I want to make extra income. Extra income is cool, but having like doing something that you love, the money will come. So being consistent is one thing. Having great customer service is also another thing. And loving what you do and have a plan on how you're going to do it. Because this is longevity for me. This is not like, I see myself having locations all over globally. That's one of my goals. So for me, I love what I do. I help women look beautiful, feel beautiful. Like this is where luxury meets the everyday woman. Anybody. It's not certain people. Like I want all my women to be looking luxurious and feeling luxurious. But you also have to be consistent when you're running a business, and also dealing with contractors. Like they're gonna try to knock your head off. So when I did my build out, I would say advice like, make sure, like, yes, you're gonna have them put stuff to pen to paper, but you gotta be very careful when, especially if you're gonna have a brick and mortar store, dealing with contractors, because when you have a certain look, or especially as a woman, they're gonna want to take advantage of you. So you have to have your radars up when dealing with contractors. So that I definitely learned to deal with when it comes to like having a brick and mortar store. There's a lot of different things too, but be careful with the contract.
So you touched about purpose, passion, and purpose. So my last 2 guests, I talked about purpose, and I declared that 2023 for me is going to be all about purpose. And the reason I say that is because social media has really made people believe that entrepreneurship is this easy thing that everybody can do. You know, they showing all the glitz and the glam, and you know, they show you the after effect, but they don't show you the middle of things. And so the thing is, a lot of people get into these businesses that they aren't passionate about. It's not their purpose. You know what I mean? Yes, it's fine to try different things until you stumble upon what my purpose is in life, like doing things that's within your purpose. And as I talked about on one of these lives, is that you may start out and you may not necessarily know that business is what your purpose is supposed to be, but as time go on, you then to realize, oh, this is what I'm called to do. I'm supposed to be doing this thing. And so I want to encourage people to, going into the new year, find something that and work towards something that is a business that is purpose driven. that you're supposed to be doing, that you aren't in alignment with, and not just something because you see somebody else doing it and she made it look good and you're like, oh, I can do that same thing. So, you know, focus on what is your purpose in life, because life is short. And so you don't want to go through life just doing anything just because, wasting time, wasting money. Make sure that that thing that you're doing is something that you are supposed to be doing in life. And so, Stephanie, what is one piece of advice you give to someone starting out in this industry and want to get into retail shelves?
Well, one quote I'm gonna always give, which is my favorite quote by Les Brown, right, is you don't have to be great to get started, but you just got to get started to be great, right? So that means if this thing is your passion, just get started. You're not going to learn, you're not going to know everything, but throughout your journey, you're going to learn. Like, I'm still learning today, and I'll be 4 years in business January 1st, 2 years in the mall, and I'm still learning every single day. So don't be scared to get started. However, if this is the lane that you want to be in, you have to know it, you have to walk it, you have to talk it. So don't just do it, like, you know, like Miss Tanya said, because you see Stephanie got a store. Oh, well, I could do a store too. That's not your passion, though. You don't like it. You don't even like fashion. You don't even, you know, that's not one of your things. Then don't do it just because somebody else is doing it. It has to. You have to be passionate about it, knowing that every day for the next couple of years you're gonna be waking up to this thing and loving it, and not like waking up like, damn, I gotta go to the store today, deal with these people. Like, but you know what, Steph, you got to get paid, so let me just get up. Like, no, that's not the energy. That's not what you want. You want to get up every day, look your best, you know, do your best, and love what you do, and not like some days I go out, I'm going to eat all day, I'm helping women, I feel good. I'm like, damn, it's already 6 o'clock. Like, time just goes by because it's so fun for me, like, hearing these type of people walking and like, Stephanie, like, you saved my life. Like, you got me snatched. You got me looking good. Like, look at this picture and this outfit. Like, that pumps me up. That does something to me, makes me so excited. If that's not going to do that, or you have that feeling,
and that's how you know what you're doing is something that you are, it's your purpose. You know what I mean? Because you, and then as I'm listening to you, you develop your story, you develop your why. So it's not like, oh, I'm selling clothes because I like fashion. No, for you at this point, as you've been in business for some time, you develop your story and you realize, you know what, I help women. I help them to you know, feel good, you know, and to build confidence. And by doing that, when, like they say, when you look good, you feel good. And so by doing that,
you feel good.
Is your purpose. You found your purpose. So it's not just about selling clothes. So for those of you who are getting into the fashion industry, don't think of it as just, don't let your story be, oh, I just love fashion. Don't let that be your only story. Dig deeper into this thing to pull out a story that provides purpose, and that is on purpose, and that is in alignment with what you're doing. So Stephanie, you talked about Les Brown, and I saw your live yesterday about Rick Ross. So have you had any mentors, and what do you think about having mentors and also a coach, a business coach? Because those are two different things. So what are your thoughts on those two things?
I have 4 mentors, Tanya. I have 4 mentors. I already spent over 6 figures in mentorships, and it really expanded my mindset. It have really increased my standards, and it just makes me think different, move different, act different, because if you don't know, you don't know, right? But once you get in the room and amounts people to show you the way, it just hits different. So I always encourage people to have a mentor, and your mentors got to have mentors too. So, you know, it's like always a learning, it's always a pattern where you're always going to be learning constantly. And of course, on top of that, change your circle. Change your circle, because literally the circle you're in now dictates your future. So if you're hanging around people with no future, you're going to have no future. If you're hanging around people that are lazy, you're going to be lazy. It's going to rub off on you. So for me, my circle consists of people that have goals, have dreams, and are executing those dreams and goals. And when they get in the room or they're on higher levels than me, like way higher levels, because that's where I'm about to go. I'm going on those type of levels, right? So my mindset has to be thinking big, like how they think big, and not be scared to think big. So
now,
for me, I have 4 mentors.
So you say you have 4 mentors. Now, how did you choose these mentors? Because that's, I mean, that could be a little difficult, because it's not a one size fits all when you get a business coach and mentor. So how did you go about choosing who you wanted to guide you?
Yeah. So for me, it's like, okay, it's like, let me do it as in fashion, right? You come in, you want an outfit. You got shoes, you got bags, you got shirt, you got pants or a dress. So for me, as when I look for my mentors, I'm looking for someone in my industry, someone that can help me. So the person that can help me with fashion, but they may not be great at marketing or creating a digital product. So now you have to get a different mentor for that. So this person can teach you about this, but they can't teach you about digital products because they just know about fashion. So now you have to find someone that can teach you about digital products and coaching. Like if you want to get into coaching, that person can help you. So for me, I have one for coaching. I have one for the fashion industry, one for me personally, like to help me with growth, right? So she literally helped me from my garage days, which is Miss Skittles. I give her flowers all the time.
Following her for years,
So she's one of my mentors. Yes. So she's one of my mentors. And she helped me from my garage days. She put me in rooms, she put me in places, in connection with people. She gave me the opportunity of a lifetime, which I never expected. When I spoke on the same stage as Les Brown and Master P and Coach Stormy, like she put me in that space. So, you know, you can have someone teach you how to open up a boutique, but they not on that part of it though. So now you need someone to like coach you on how to do something different. So you have to look for a mentor for that. So one mentor, it could be possible one mentor could teach you everything, but rarely is that way, because then you need someone to teach you on how to market, how to do Facebook ads, how to connect to get on social media and, you know, send people your pieces like, hey, I want you to promote this, like how to do that. So that's why I have 4 mentors, because every one of my mentors.
Wow, you know what? I never thought of that. That's good, Stephanie. I've heard of people say, you know, about having a mentor, but I've never heard someone say, okay, I have a mentor for these different areas of my life. So, hey, Dawn, keep me abreast of the time, please. So yeah, that's amazing. So Stephanie, so I see on your social media, you have a couple of different business ventures. And so one of the things I always think about when people start multiple ventures is, you know, growing that first one before you start jumping into other ones. So speak about having multiple streams of income and your thoughts on that.
So I have Fashion Dollz Boutique, and I also have Snatch Game University. Snatch Game University teaches women how to embrace themselves and how to build their business. So I do business coaching, and I'm also a motivational coach. So it kind of ties together with Snatch Game University. So if you're looking to start your business, if you're looking to fix your credit, if you're looking for funding, if you're looking to restructure your business because you've already started, but it's kind of like on the pause, it's not making any money, then I have coaching on that. So having multiple streams of income is okay, because this is one thing that Rick Ross told me the day before. And I asked him about it. And he was like, listen, the thing about people is they feel like you got to stay in your lane. Like they're like, well, you do fashion, so you just got to stay in the fashion lane. But that's not true. He broke it down, and it literally like blew my mind when he said, if you stay in your lane and somebody say, I want a hat, but you never sold a hat before, you like, and 1,000% I want a hat. You never sold a hat before, you don't know where to get the hat from. You can like, well, I'm gonna stay in my lane because I only sell dresses or clothing, right? He said, no, you gotta connect with somebody that knows how to get the hat, who knows how to sell the hat, connect with them, get with them, bring it to the table for the 1,000 people that want it. Now y'all collab and make money together. So it's a difference when somebody says stay in your lane, but you could get out your lane, but to collab or connect with somebody that got the source or got the information that you're looking for to bring it to your people to make money. So multiple streams of income is great if you're doing it the right way. So it's not like you have to just stay in doing clothes. You could do other things too, but you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You want to make sure that the first business is on autopilot, that it could operate without you before taking on other things. Because if you want to do you want to open a boutique, then you want to do coaching, then you want to do this, you want to do that, you're not going to have enough time to do everything. So one thing has to be on autopilot first before you start coaching. But for me, coaching is normal because that's all I did when I was working for the bank. I was literally coaching my clients how to get money, how to operate, how to cut costs, how to do this, how to do that. So that's natural for me. That's nothing that I had to learn, you know, in the last 2 years. I already knew that for like 15 years. So that was easy for me to just add on to Fashion Dollz or create a separate company, which is National University, and just do it because it was natural. It wasn't nothing that I had to teach myself over or say, okay, well, I want to do coaching, so let me kind of figure out how to do this. I already knew how to do it. So it was an easy transition for me. So that's what you want to do, is find something that you already know and just you can add it.
Right. So one of the examples I can give, for instance, someone who does hair. So you're in the service industry, you do hair. And the way that you can make multiple streams of income from that one service base is you do hair, then you develop a product. It can be a private label or one that you make. So then that's a second stream of income. Then you can teach classes on how to do hair. That's a third stream of income. And then from that, you can create digital products like ebooks and digital courses. That's a fourth. And those are all still under the same umbrella of that one service-based business. So if you girls have a service-based business like hair, makeup, y'all better multiply that service and get these coins. There's no way, because for one, you're doing hair. You're not going to, you know, your body going to start wearing down on you, your hands, your feet. So you have to create some other streams of income from that one service base in order to stay in business and continue to work on your own. So to learn more about that, y'all come and check me out. Turn that one service-based business into multiple streams of income. So Stephanie, unfortunately, we lost some time, but I want to talk about your manifest. Tell us about that, and then we have a special gift for you guys from Stephanie. So tell us about your manifest.
So Manifest Year 2023 is a class I created because after literally meeting with Rick Ross, he was like, you know what? I already had the vision. I already knew exactly what I needed to do, but hearing it from someone on such a high level is like, yes, I need to do this. So I literally created Manifest 2023. Is a class to help you create your roadmap to success. So a lot of you guys know what you want to do, but you don't know how to do it. A lot of you guys may not know what you want to do. You have kind of the idea, or you're like, well, I need to work on this. I need to work on that. This is a class that's going to help you create that roadmap to success. So don't even wait to 2023. It's on the 28th, like the 28th after midnight, literally after class, you can start implementing these strategies that can help you become the person that you desire, because we all want to be more than what we are today. We don't want to go into the next year and the next year and the next year just saying, well, this is my New Year resolution. And then 2 years later, you haven't even started that New Year resolution that you said in 2022. Have you done the things that you said you were going to do at the end of 2021? Probably not, right? You're still either trying to figure it out, or are you now going to create a new one? Everybody going to have, well, this is my New Year resolution in 23. I want to do this. I want to do that. 2 years ago, you said the same thing. You ain't doing nothing different. So this class is going to help you create a roadmap that you can actually implement right away, that you can see a difference and execute to be able to be successful in 2023. Like for me, I lost my job December 1st, 2020. And 2 years later, I'm standing in here. I own my dream car. I own my dream store. I'm helping people. I'm living the life I dreamt about. It is possible. And I want to teach you how I did it for myself, so that you can become the woman or man that you desire to become, either in 23 or years to come. But you got to start somewhere. You got to have some type of goal, but not just have a goal. You got to be able to execute the goal to be able to achieve it, and not say, I had a dream. You dreaming every year. When are you going to actually do it and break generational curses. I'm the first person in my family to own a patent. I'm the first person in my family to have magazine articles. I'm the first person in my family to be ever on TV shows. I'm the first person to own a multi-million-dollar business. I'm breaking these curses. So don't you want to be that person, or you want to pass on the same old generation to your kids? No, I don't want to. I want to make sure that my kids are not raised like how I was raised. So I want to break and continue to break generational curses from my kids. So I believe that people out there should do the same thing. So I'm going to teach you how to do that.
So guys, I mean, I know some of you guys, you buy courses, you buy these ebooks, and you don't do anything with them. They just sitting on your computer somewhere, sitting on your phone, and you don't do anything with them. So what we need you to do, if you serious about going into 2023 and making 2023 a purposeful year, then I need you to go and sign up for the Manifest Fest with Stephanie for December the 28th. Y'all go over to her page if you're not already there. Even if you are there, y'all need to sign up for this class, because as you hear from her today on this live, this girl knows her stuff. And not only has she talked about the things that she wanted, she implemented those things and able to live the life that she wants to live. And so we want this for y'all girls. We want this for our sisters, right? So sis, y'all going over there. And so for one lucky person, Stephanie has a surprise for you. Tell them real quick before we go, Steph.
So I'm going to give away 2 tickets to Manifest Year 2023. So if anybody can tell me how many ways did Miss Tanya say that you can make multiple streams of income, I'm going to give the first 2 people to answer correct the ticket to my Manifest class. So if you can tell me how many ways you can make income that she described just a few minutes ago, how many ways was it that you can make income as a hairdresser? How many ways can you make income? And the first 2 people to answer correctly, you'll get a ticket. All you have to do is DM me for your free ticket.
Y'all get the rolling. Okay, Miss Reed. Yes, Miss Reed.
Okay, so Miss Reed, CAG answered. Who else? Anybody else? Okay, so Miss Reed and B actually answered correctly. So you guys can just go ahead and DM me. Yes, it's 4 ways that you can make extra money. So Miss Reed, you could DM me, and B, you could DM me for your free ticket. Miss Tanya, I appreciate it. Minus all the issues we had, but I think it was a great live.
And I hope we can do this again.
And I appreciate you sharing your platform.
And I hope we can do this again. Let's follow back up with you, you know, a couple of months in the new year, so we can talk about the Manifest and talk to some of the people that it helped. Because I know it's going to help a lot of people. And Stephanie, thank you so much. Bless your heart. I really appreciate you taking this time. And I'll be following you. And I hope, and we're going to lift each other up, sis. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.